Enganas. Ooh. All right, let's just get straight into it. So for those who have been following me on Instagram, Jesus, and actually I think I've mentioned it a couple of times on here, but for those who've been following me on Instagram more specifically, you'll know that I have been training, bro science training, for a marathon. No event, I just wanted to do a marathon. And now I can happily say that marathon has been completed. Thank a fucking spider web. Anyways, I can happily say that it has been completed. Thank fuck. So yesterday originally I was meant to do it on a certain Saturday. But then I realized I'm going to be at the races all day, and doing a marathon before that probably isn't the smartest thing, because I'll probably die, like genuinely. So I pulled it back a bit, and I did it on a Wednesday, because I've got Wednesdays off work. So in the morning, I ran a marathon. So let's talk about it, because a lot of things happened throughout that period, even the build up to like running this marathon, and especially on the day, a lot of good things happened. Well, not really. A lot of bad things happened, and a lot of lessons were learned. So I'm here to share my thoughts and experiences and etc. So anyways, alarm went off about 5:30 in the morning. Straight to the kitchen, double shot espresso. Then I had, those fucking, what are they called? English muffins. Cut them in half. So it was 4 pieces of those. I had a banana. I had a full Gatorade. A couple of dates. It's just carbs. Like, it was just fucked. It was just carbs. It was just, what was after the dates? That might have been it. Maybe like a bit of water. I can't even fucking remember. My memory is actually useless. Anyways, so I basically just carved up in the morning. And then I had my nervous shit, of course. And then I went to the area that I was going to run in, parked, started walking to where I need to run, and I set off. So overall, the actual run took me just over 4.5 hours. So I think it was like a 6:28 split, I think. Whatever the fuck it was. Anyways, it was 6:28 splits, which wasn't the time that I was thinking I was going to get. It was a lot slower. But when I posted on my Instagram story that I was like, it's not my strongest run, it's not my quickest run, but I got it done. A lot of people replied and said, cunt, you just fucking ran 42 kilometers. Like, chill. Like, don't worry about that. Just be happy that you finished it. And I said, yeah, fuck, fair enough. And they were like, some people haven't even run a marathon. You just ran one. Like, basically saying, put a little bit more respect on your name. And it kind of took me back in a bit. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I will, actually. So, because when I finished the run, I was fucking thankful that I finished it. Trust me. I was like, oh my God, thank God I'm never doing this shit ever again. I was a bit like, fuck, like that was not really the time I was after. So it was good to hear people say, like, put a bit more respect in your name, basically. Like, yeah. Because a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people haven't run a marathon. A lot of people can just get up and run a marathon and do it comfortably, which is fucked. So I honestly give you guys so much respect. But for me, if you truly know me, I hate running. I've always hated it. Back in the day when I was younger, I used to like sprints. That was my thing. But long distance, nah, no chance. Like, who the fuck likes that shit? I used to think it was boring, not in like an egotistic way. Is that even a fucking word? I don't know. But like, it wasn't stimulating. And why the fuck would I want to run for an hour? Like, you know what I mean? So that's how I was thinking. And up until literally this time last year, I hated long distance. But yeah, like I said, this time last year, I started running. And I actually had to look back at it either the morning of the run or the night before to look at my very first run to start like this running journey. And it was like a 5.5 kilometer run after like I just peak bulked. And it was just interesting to see like the time, the distance, and that run is what set this run to happen. So I thought it was pretty cool, but you could just tell like the difference. But yeah, so basically all in all, I used to fucking hate long distance running. Yeah, which is probably half the reason why I actually do it nowadays, because it fucking sucks. Because like most of my long distance runs that I do, like shit doesn't go my way. Like it's fucked. And I'll go into some things about what happened in this marathon run. Anyways, so yeah, so it was kind of cool looking back and seeing that, you know, this time last year is what, like I started running. And now, fucking hell, now I'm doing this shit. Like, am I mentally losing my fucking shit or something? Yes. Okay, let's just go into details about the bad things that happened. Okay, so one of the things that didn't go my way was I was unprepared, basically. On reflection, so I did it on a Wednesday. On Monday onwards, I should have carved up. I should have fueled myself more energy and fuel for my body to then burn. But I didn't do that. And I realized that after I finished work at 10 o'clock at night on the Tuesday. And the next morning I was on the run. And I realized I was like, fuck, I haven't like fueled myself properly. So Tuesday night, I just fucking ate. So yeah. So I was unprepared in that sense. I didn't fuel myself accordingly. I didn't boost my hydration accordingly. To be fair, I do drink a lot of water, but I should have just thought about these things. And I was meant to buy a vest so I can like keep my shit in, and I didn't fucking do it. So I was prepared, but I was unprepared at the same time, you know? Because I don't like, when I go for runs, I don't like having things in my pockets. I hate it. It makes me feel uncomfortable. So I just thought, if I have a vest, I can put my gels in, I can put some lollies in, have a fucking thing, like a sack, whatever the hell holds the liquid, and have a straw, done. Ticking all the boxes. I didn't buy it. So I was fucked. Anyway, so late Tuesday night, I was thinking about ways that I can have everything so it's not in my pocket. And I thought of something, and then the morning of, as I was getting out of my car, I said, you know what, fuck that, I'm not doing that. So I completely changed my ideology of how I'm going to do this run. So I was completely and utterly not prepared, and it was absolutely my fault. But I was prepared, but I wasn't prepared at the same time. So I should have prepared a lot better. Even in the sense of the running. Like, my longest runs were 30 kilometers and 32 kilometers, but I only did that twice, like 30 and 32. There wasn't more like 25 kilometers, 35 kilometers. There was just 2 runs over 30. The next one below 30 was 21 kilometers. So I didn't really, I should have planned myself better so my body was actually able to cope with that long distance running, going under the category of being unprepared. Anyways, so yeah. And then it came to the morning of, and as I was walking to where I was going to go run, I needed to piss so badly, and I was like, I literally just went, okay, here we go, whatever. Took a piss. And, you know, man's doing his thing, he's about to finish, give it a little shake. And then just give it one more push, and the fucking Pacific Ocean comes out. I'm like, whoa, where is this piss coming from? And that was because the night before and the morning of, I just boosted my hydration, like fucking to the moon. So now I'm pissing it all out. And I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. And I've already got a weak-ass bladder as it is. Like, I'll have like 3 sips of water, and I'm in the pisser. So I'm just like, here we go. Fucking hell. Anyways. And then I eventually get to where I need to run. And I set off. And I'm about maybe 2 to 3 kilometers in. And I need to piss again. And I'm like, fucking hell, here we go. So the public toilet, went in there, took a piss, came out, started running, get to about 8 kilometers, I need to piss again. And I'm like, motherfucker, this will take me all day if I keep doing what I'm doing. Like, why do I need to piss so much? So, pulled over, public toilet, took another piss. So I'm not even fucking 50 minutes into this thing, and I've taken 2 pisses. But the only problem is, the thing is with me, like, my cardio, I can feel like I can run for a long time. It's all about my legs. If they start getting cold, I'm fucked. And after this piss that I took, getting back into it, I could feel my groins are starting to get tight. And if you know me, my groins have been fucked this whole year. Like, they've been really, really cooked. And what didn't make it any better was I had soccer Monday night and I woke up Tuesday and my groins were tighter than a nun's cunt. So I started wigging out on the Tuesday. I was like, fuck. Like, if these are still tight tomorrow, which was the Wednesday, then I'm fucked. They weren't too bad, but yeah, like I said, getting back into that run after the 8 kilometer piss, they started just, I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, this has been a disaster already. But we kept going. Anyways, around the 10 kilometer mark, I started picking up the pace a bit. I was like, okay, all right, now I feel good. Here we go. Let's fucking do this. And I'm running. Get to about 15 kilometers in. AirPods, dead. Listen, I'm going to call out Apple. Apple, you need to sort your fucking shit. I'll tell you why you need to sort your shit. Because the night before, I searched up the battery life of AirPods. And it said 6 hours or 4 hours if you're on call. It's lasted an hour and a half. I tell you why it pisses me off. Because the other 2 long runs that I've done, they've both died during the run as well. And I tell you what, after I searched up how long they're meant to last, I charged the fuck out of them on the Tuesday night. So how the fuck are you lasting an hour and a half when I've got 4 hours of running to do? Nah. As soon as I heard that one die, I'm like, this has to be some sick joke. Because not even 100 meters later, the right one died. And I'm like, listen, I'm 15 kilometers into a 42 kilometer run. You're telling me I've got 27 more kilometers to run without music? Come on, bro. And that's when I was like, this is a fucking disaster. So no AirPods. Now it's just here. Now it's just the mind. So I'm running. I'm like, this is fucked. Get to about the 20, 21 kilometer mark. I turn around. Bang. Need to piss again. I'm like, what the fuck? Go take another piss. And now I've done the half marathon. To be fair, like the half marathon, the first half of the marathon, actually felt pretty good. Like, I wasn't fucking, like it was slower, but I wasn't like fucked from it. I felt like really good from it. Like if I stopped there and said that's my half marathon done, I would have been really happy with it because my body just felt really good. But it just kept getting interrupted. This is why it was so shit. Like now I've done three piss breaks and I don't have headphones. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Anyways. The only thing is, like I said before, the 8 kilometer thing is getting back into it after the 21. I'm just taking a piss. Things were starting to tighten up a bit, and I was just like, oh fuck, that 21 was like so good, and now I can just feel tight. But we keep going, we keep running. Get to about 25, 26. My calves and my Achilles are getting really tight at this stage, and I'm like, fuck. I'm smashing down my gels. I've had I think I had my third one at like 26, 27. And when I got to about 27 kilometers or 28 kilometers, I felt something that I've only felt on one other run, and that was the run before this full marathon, which was the half marathon. I felt cramping in my quads. So, I can probably count on one hand how many times I've cramped my whole entire life. And I'm a very sporty guy. Like I play sports, I run, go to the gym, blah, blah, blah. And I can probably count on one hand how many times I've cramped. One of them in the quad being, like I said, the one before this run. And I start feeling it again. And it's like right next to my knee, like the very bottom of my quad. And I'm like, fuck, like I'm feeling it again. That's at about 28, maybe about 28 kilometers. Anyways, we're kind of pushing through. The second, and I mean the fucking second, I get to 30 kilometers in, not just my right quad, my left quad are cramping, but they're cramping to a far greater extent. So I'm like, fuck. Now I'm starting to feel really uncomfortable. And let me look you in the eye when I say this. I'm being dead fucking serious when I say this. From 30 kilometers, this makes me feel sick. From 30 kilometers to 42 kilometers, so the last 12 kilometers, I couldn't run a single kilometer without needing to stop and stretch my quads out. You know how fucked that was? I couldn't even last. I reckon, generally speaking, it was about 500 to 700 meters before I needed to stretch my quads because they were cramping so much. And yes, that might fall into the category of being unprepared and maybe I didn't hydrate enough or I didn't have enough sodium or whatever. But every kilometer I was stopping, stretch, stopping, stretch, stop. And it was getting so fucking frustrating. And you know what? A little bit like disheartening at the same time because I was a bit like, why is everything like not going my way? Why can't I just fucking do this run? Why is there so much trying to stop me right now? And that's when I knew like I was getting emotional in the sense I was getting frustrated. I was getting fucking angry. Physically, I was struggling. Like my body is starting to hurt. And I was just like, oh, fuck. So the last 12 kilometers, I'm stopping. And it was just the worst. And you can see my last 12 kilometers, the times I was producing, like the average kilometer split was fucked. They were the slowest numbers I've ever recorded during a run. And it was because I kept on stopping, stretch, run, stop, stretch. And it was, oh, God, I've got PTSD thinking about this shit. And that's, yeah, like I said, it was becoming a little bit disheartening because I was like, this is just going to go on forever. Like, I just want to get it done. And I remember seeing the night before, there was like a video talking about like people running their first marathon. And they were talking about like really embracing like the pain, the mental struggle, the physical struggles, like all that kind of, like embrace it. I wasn't embracing shit. Let me tell you that for free. Fuck that. I was like, this is cooked. Like, this is cooked. So, anyways, I continue to run, and I say to myself, I'm like, bitch, I will fucking crawl to 42 kilometers. I'm said that I'm gonna run this full marathon. I'm running a full marathon. Like, I will crawl, which is fucking basically what I nearly did. But I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, I can cramp every 100 meters. I don't give a fuck because I'm going to continue to get it done. I'm going to actually keep going. Anyways, I have my fourth and last energy gel at about 33, 34 kilometers. I'm like, right, now I'm in the final stretch. The last like 8 to 10 kilometers. And when I get to 35 kilometers, this is so cooked. When I get to 35 kilometers, I've never experienced the urge to need to shit more in my life. Like, what the fuck? I needed to shit so fucking bad. I think it's because of those gels that I knew for a fact if I keep on going, I'm going to shit myself, 100%. 100%, I'm not lasting the next 7 kilometers. So I'm running along Beach Road and I see this sign, a small as fuck sign, saying toilets that way. I'm running this way and like that way is towards the water. I'm like, all right, whatever, I literally have to go. So I turn and it's just this downhill fucking path and I'm like going down it and I'm like, fuck, where is this shitter? Like, where is it? Anyways, eventually find it. The best thing that happened that day, not the marathon, not finishing it, no, fuck that. They had toilet paper. That was the best part of the day. Anyways, do what I need to do. Come out. My legs are starting to get really fucking sore because they are cold as shit at this stage. And I also need to realize now I need to climb back up the fucking hill. I just climbed down to get here. I need to climb back up, and I'm just like, this sucks. This sucks. This is really bad. But got to the top of the hill. Anyways, we'll keep trotting along. And that last 7 kilometers was the longest 7 kilometers of my fucking life. Easily. Like, it just, oh my God, it just took forever. Continuously needing to stop and stretch. My quads feel like they're about to explode. I think my Achilles at this stage are non-existent, and my groins, both of them, are basically off the bone. There was that time of the run where I was nearly, and I mean fucking nearly, that much, emotionally, mentally, and physically broken. I was so goddamn close from being, like, broken. Because I'm frustrated, I'm angry, I'm losing my shit, because I'm like, when the fuck is this gonna finish? Why do I need to keep stretching my quads? They're about to snap off, which goes into the physical pain of my legs are breaking. My lower body, I can't feel. So, and then mentally, I still don't have fucking headphones. 27 kilometers without music, bro. That'll do something to a man. And it's just all of it combined. I'm just like, oh, this is so fucked. But we continue. Because you're going to need a fucking army to stop me, bitch. You nearly fucking got an army, but wasn't enough men. And I said nearly broke me. You didn't fucking break me. So I kept going. And I got to where I started. I'm like, fuck yeah. What the fuck? I've still got another 800 meters to go. Who the fuck's done the maths here? So I'm like doing circles around some fucking park with kids. I'm not even allowed near kids. I finish. I get it done. First thing I do, my hands go on my knees and I just say, what the fuck? Literally, what the fuck? And there was an old lady walking her little dog next to me saying that. And she goes, what was that? I said, bitch, I'm not fucking talking to you. But now I am. What the fuck? Like, move. Nah, I'm joking. But, and I've done it. And that was very overwhelming because I'm like, I have just experienced more pain than I've ever felt in my life, physically, mentally, and emotional pain. And it's done. I've done what I've needed to do. I've completed the task that I've set out for myself. And I was just like, fuck yes. I'm just saying from my experience, all the shit that was going on, I was still telling myself, I'm finishing this fucking marathon. I'm getting it done. And that just proves, like, the person that says they can and the person that says that they can't is going to do exactly what they say because that's where your mind's at. So that's where my mind was at. My mind was that you can keep bringing this shit. I'm fucking getting it done. And I reckon there was a reason that I needed to piss so much because, you know, it starts getting in my head. Fucking, I'll keep stopping. There was a reason why my headphones died so early. Come on, motherfucker. You want to talk about how strong you are mentally? Do 27 kilometers without music, without headphones. Let's go, bitch. You want to talk? Let's go. So I reckon all these were set up to really test me and my character. Take another piss. Oh, now I'm getting sore. Let's go. Can you go 12 kilometers without not even being able to run a kilometer before both of your quads start cramping up and you need to stretch them? Let's go, motherfucker. Let's see. Let's see how mentally strong you are. And like I said, it nearly broke me, but it didn't. Bitch. I look back at that run and I think, holy shit, like a lot went down, but I finished it. And that's why now, like reflecting on yesterday, I'm fucking proud. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't say that often, but I'm fucking proud. Because at the start, like I said before, I was a bit like, oh, like I did it, thank God, like fuck it's done. Oh, I wish I did it a little bit quicker. And then, you know, a lot of people like humbled me a bit, like, hey, fucking relax, yeah? And now, like a day's gone on and I'm looking back and I'm thinking, fuck you. Who wants this? Nah, I'm just playing. But like, you can reflect on like, dude, you went through some shit for that. Like, be proud. And now I'm just sitting here, like, even talking about it, I'm like, you know what? Fuck yeah. Like, let's go. But the 27 kilometers without music, whoever the fuck decided for that to happen to me, like, I need to have a word. What the fuck is that? You're going to bring back some fucking demons that you put to rest. You're just going to let them know, hey, I'm going to bring you back for a couple hours. But when I'm done this shit, you're going back to the dead. That's what happens. You see, that's what happens. You bring back some demons for a few hours and then you fucking put them back to where they were. But yeah, and even the sense of like the whole entire run, look to my left, look in front of me, look to my right, look behind me, no one. No one, not a single fucking person. The preparation for it, I didn't train with anybody. I didn't run these 30 kilometer runs with people. Nope. Didn't do that. Didn't have external motivation. On race day, 42 kilometers. Well, race day. It wasn't even a fucking event. 42 kilometers. No one was there. No one was around me. No one was there pushing me. I didn't do it at no event with 5,000, 10,000 people. People handing you drinks on the way. People motivating you. Runners running next to you. Everything's just stimulating. Right, let's go. Nah. No one. Fucking no one. Because you know what? That's how life is. It's fucking that simple. That's how life is. You're going to go through shit. The highs, the lows, all your stuff in life. There's going to be people that are there, some people that are not there for some. But there's only one person that's going to be there for the whole thing, and that's you. So that experience, or the experiences that I had during that run, it was just me there. Just me experiencing it all. Because I can guarantee, and like, this is not me fucking saying like, look at me, but I'm pretty confident to say the stuff that was happening around about 30 to 35 kilometer mark, a lot of people would have said, nah, fuck this, I'm done. I guarantee, 100% would have been like, nah. Or when your headphones die at 15 kilometers, you know what, let's just do 21. Let's do the half marathon, we'll do the full marathon when everything goes our way. Newsflash, bitch, nothing's gonna go your way in life if you fucking want it to. So, yeah, it was a struggle. But the positives that happened on the day was I got it done. I am now mentally so much stronger. And I was already quite strong. I've got to give myself credit. But now I just feel like I'm unstoppable. And yeah, so, and then it's funny because like that night I was scrolling on not TikTok, Instagram Reels. And there was a reel, and I literally reshared it as well. And there was a video, and the guy's like, you know, there's two types of pain that hurts and pain that alters. And I'm like, oh my God, that is so fucking true. Pain that alters. Pain that hurts, yeah, it will hurt, but can you change that pain that hurts into pain that alters to make you a better person, to make you stronger, change your mindset? Oh, bro. And I'm like, dude, that was literally today. Because that fucking pain the pain, it hurt. It really did hurt. Now I've turned it into pain that, yeah, it's changed me. Anyway, so now I'm just motivated as fuck. So am I going to do another marathon? Get fucked. I ain't doing shit. But like I said, there was, you know, me actually getting it done. The fact that I actually had toilet paper, that's small wins. Take that. So there were a few good things that happened. Then when it was done and dusted, went straight into the water, put my calves in, quads in, got some GYG, and then had a shower, and fucking not even half an hour later, I had 2 injections into my lower jaw, and half of my face was numb for the rest of the day. So what a fucking day. Literally, what a day. I'm just stoked that it got done. I really, really am. Like I said, dude, the people that can just get up and go for a fucking marathon, or the people that don't need to like kind of train for a marathon, dude, I fucking respect you guys, because like, how the fuck, you know what I mean? So now I can say, in terms of my physical goals that I had this year, or like fitness more related, I've ticked them both off. Half marathon in under 2 hours, tick. Did that the day after I came back from Europe, and now marathon, tick. Thank fuck. Thank God that is done. So, completed those goals, big smiles on the face, and yeah, that's about it. So, in summary, it was a fucking shit-ass run, but we got it done. So, Encanado. Let's go. Anyways, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace.